use the wrong nuts at the factory?
I guarantee you, that's what it is, both sides. It wouldn't surprise me. Is that I can't see it good enough, but is that a thin thread or a metric?
Coarse. No, it's coarse.
What size is this?
Both of them are coarse.
Yeah, but what size is this? Is one of these a
should be it? I don't
metric
know.
Coarse and a thin and a standard
maybe,
coarse?
Maybe, yeah. The thread pitch may be off.
But these are two different.
That is for sure.
I mean, I don't speak Spanish, but when I look at the donut hole,
same thing. It won't screw in.
Well, maybe the other one does.
No, that's hardcore.
You gotta be kidding me. This one's a RockKrawler. What's it called? The Ultimate Adventure.
Oh, it's a Adventure X series.
The most expensive thing they possibly own. Shawns nicer than I am, but when we're coming up to try and drill holes for this to fit it in the frame, we got this one to work.
15/16.
For some reason,
that's bigger than one.
The driver's side won't go through. And it's because they use two different nuts tack welded on here.
Oh, so that's 1.8 inches.
Look, so I think it's a lugger wrench off of a diesel truck somewhere.
That's 1.16 inches.
But, I mean, obviously it's the exact same part but a different side.
Here's 1.16 inches. Perfect.
So the question is,
so 5/16 and 1.16 inches.
Are we just trying to throw shits and giggles into the installation?
No, the kicker. Like this is your.
These are what we got provided by RockKrawler.
To hold the arm on.
All right.
It's the wrong thread pitch. Won't even go in. It goes in like that.
Well, it probably goes. It goes with the original nut that whoever was sitting in there in the factory was supposed to weld on this, but instead they pulled some shit off their El Camino and just welded it up to this particular set.
Here's what's gonna happen.
This one won't even start.
So how are we gonna fix it?
Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna cut these off because I don't have time to wait for new stuff. I'm gonna cut those off. I'm gonna weld my own nuts on, and these are perfect. They go right in. No problem.
And are you gonna paint them black to be all pretty?
Yeah, I'll paint them black.
Just so everybody knows,
actually, you don't have to paint that.
He's gonna weld a nut that's universal to either side, which will be the exact same size instead of
even use these
putting a left shoe on a right foot and a right shoe on a left foot.
I'll use these bolts. There's a higher grade anyway.
Yeah, we're probably gonna go with another one. And not only that, here's the deal: when he rips one of these off, I'm hoping RockKrawler doesn't go, "Hey, this thing's been modified." It's been modified because we need a round plug and a round hole instead of a square plug and a round hole. Good luck with that. Oh, it's hot. Now, what page of the install manual is this on? Where you have to cut the original manufacturers. Hey, and you put the bolt in there so that it doesn't shrink up while it gets hot, is that right?
No, just something to ground to. Everything powder coated. Take my bolt, grade 8. This guy will get welded up.
So you'll weld that one on and then just go over it with some black paint?
Yep.
Perfect. Perfect. Fits like a glove.
Okay, so I ran into a slight issue. Since this is the diesel, these are the DEF filler tubes, goes up into the gas cap area. Well, with these in place and the gas or the diesel nozzle hose in place, this bracket does not fit like at all. So what I'm going to try to do is in this cavity.
Hold it back up there again. Let me see.
This hole has to go up here and meet that hole.
Oh, yeah. That one goes
Yeah,
there.
so-
Okay, that's way off. Yeah.
So way off. This hose not too bad. I could just kind of move it out of the way. But these, they're more of a rigid hose. So I think I'm going to take this cavity here underneath the body, this area. I'm going to cut that out and then take these hoses and route them up through the hole and reconnect them up in here. That'll get these out of the way and allow that bracket to go in here nice and easy. So it's like this, and then I can weld it all up. So not too bad. It's just a small little inconvenience, but I think that's going to be the fix. And any diesel that puts this kit on is going to have to go through the same issues. But luckily there's a spot right here. Just got to cut a hole in the body. I don't really enjoy doing that, but if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. That's the fix. Okay, I was told to make sure I wrap this exhaust really good because of where it goes into the vehicle. It goes right next to the control arm, especially the upper one. So actually both of them at the frame side. And they told me to get some exhaust heat wrap and especially wrap the EGR tube because those things get really hot on the diesel. So that's what I'm fixing to do. It goes right through here, so it gets so hot against the control arm mounts, it literally I hope it goes back in there, to be honest. That's how close it's gonna be. But it's gonna get so hot it can melt these bushings. I don't know if it's Teflon. It's probably some kind of Teflon or poly bushing in both of these arms. So if it gets hot enough, it'll melt those right out of the arm. So I wrapped it. I put this insulation on top of the brackets like they told me to in the instructions. We'll see. Time will tell. It may get hot and unravel right off the muffler. Don't know. But that's what I'm doing. Okay, what's up? So I'm gonna do an update on what I've done so far. Wifey said my videos have been sucking, or clips I should say. So apparently I was holding my phone wrong, my bad. But she'll probably edit all this out anyways. So let's take a walk around on what I've done and what I'm doing now and what I'm about to do. So I've been working on the rear, and I've got the brackets, the lower control arm brackets, welded up and painted, grinded and painted. They're in place. Moving backwards, the rear shock relocation mount is modified and welded and painted. I had to cut this lower portion of this bracket off because this is the diesel. This mounting strap here was in the way, and I figured I would probably be better off cutting the end of it off. It's only this much, maybe an inch, probably only about an inch worth, but I don't think it's gonna bother anything as far as the integrity or strength of the bracket itself. I did weld it both sides, inside and outside on both of these legs, so I think it'll be okay. Plus it bolts here, so I think it's gonna be okay. So the other side, let's take a look at it. I had to modify it as well. I'm not done yet. I started welding this in last night, ran out of wire. But same difference. It mounts there. Had to cut this off because of the strap. As you can see here, that bracket is pretty much touching this wall. When I welded it in, I think I pulled it off the wall just a hair. So I don't know if it's actually. Let me look at that. I think it shouldn't be. I don't want it to touch, so I don't know if. No, it's not touching. Okay. Anyways, back to what I'm doing. So these hoses routed through here, no good. So what I did was I got lucky, and there's a cavity right here in between. Well, I don't know. It's part of the body. So what I did was I took a hole saw and I drilled a hole in it, and then notched it even more beyond that, and allowed these hoses to get in here to reconnect. So that's going to be a modification to any diesel that has this kit or decides to use this kit. Take note, because that is a modification you will have to do along with these rear shock brackets. So keep that in mind. But that's where I'm at right now. Got these mounts on. I've done these mounts for the lower control arms. And I need to finish out welding this one up here, and then I'm going to move to the center bracket. It goes up inside the frame, middle of the Jeep. It's this bracket here. This is what I'll be installing next, is this bracket, and this is for the rear. That's for the rear third link that goes in the middle, along with I'm getting closer. The front's done. I'm waiting on parts from Metal Cloak, RockKrawler, and RCV. Okay, I need bottom bump stops from RockKrawler, front and rear. I'm changing these joints out here for some Metal Cloak stuff. Then naturally RCVs for the axles. I'm going to pull these out and put the RCVs in. My plate did come in. So this is the plate that's going to go in place of the actual FAD motor that I'm going to be removing. And then I'm putting in the RCVs when they get here, so the front will be buttoned up after that. But this is what I want to do. But in there's what I got to do. All right. Update status. So yesterday I got the rear end stabbed, all three arms put on. I'm fixing to put the brakes on. I'm fixing to put this on the tires and wheels and let it on the ground. I need to see what the stance is. I need to check geometry. I need to check pinion angles, front and rear. Like, I gotta check some stuff. So update is, surprise, the rear end's in. Another update is, surprise, I need the limiting straps because this system has so much flex with these shocks I got. I got 4.5 inch to 6 inch shocks, lift JL shocks, and that's a lot of travel for a JL. So, and this lift kit's just awesome. But that being said, check it out. These springs, like this is, it's in the air. My limit right now is my shock, right? So these springs is gonna be this is actually gonna be my limiting factor because they are just free burden in here. So I think it's both sides, pretty sure. Yeah, both sides. So plan is to finish up the brakes. Should I do the brakes, the wiring, the locker wiring, and the breather tube, kind of see where it all is, make sure that they're long enough. Nothing's going to be in a bind if it gets flexed. Just from looking at it, I think it's going to be okay. So I want to put it on the wheels and tires today because I need to take some angles, or look at some angles, some geometry, and you know, pinion angles. Make sure the pinion angles are good for the drive shafts. I've got to order new drive shafts from Adams. Can't say enough about Adams drive shafts. I've been running them for years, and they've been really good. I've had a few incidences, but they were my bad. So anyway, that's where we're at as far as the build goes. I'm gonna now put the rear brakes on, put everything on, and put these heavy ass tires on. These 38 Patagonias. But we shall see what it looks like pretty soon on the ground. All right, peace. has my finger.
Well, then there's that.
Shit, that hurt. God damn it. Well, it's still there. I'm good.
Note to self.
Note to self. Turn on. Don't hit yourself with a fucking hand.
Mind your fingers.
Make this a little wider. This damn shock will go in there. Hold that back.
Just watch my fingers, would you? I've seen what you did to yours.
It happens to the best of us. So you still at FedEx? Or UPS?
Yeah.
You gotta work tomorrow?
Yeah. 6 days a week.
6 days a week, no shit?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, let's
Yeah, they're consistent and let's keep.
Me? Shit.
Switch that.
You sure?
Maybe.
Huh? Hold that
Maybe.
shock back. Fucker. Bounce in till you get fingers?
Yeah.
Give me a minute. Lift it on up. All the way. That's crazy. These shocks got so much travel, this thing will, this spring will literally fall out.
Alright, you guys, so that's where we are for today. He's going to call it a day and continue to probably work on the rest of this stuff by himself. But for right now, it's hot. It is like the hottest day in Texas so far this year. So we're going to go jump in the pool and take a break for now. So, peace. How's it looking under there?
This has to be adjusted. The front's got to be adjusted. See how the pinion is way down? It's almost like it's parallel here. It needs to be pointed up, kind of in line with the drive shaft. That's not. So I'll have to remove the upper arms and readjust them, make them longer, push that angle. I need to check. Well, I'll check the pinion angle and I got to check caster. Like I said, I can look at it until the caster's off as well. If this thing's so far down, caster's off also. But other than that, of course, we need a rear track bar in the rear to center the axle. I gotta look at this front axle. I don't think it's centered either. But overall, I think that's great. This is one hell of a kit. Long time to do.
Hey guys, so here we are in the shop. I'm out here checking on Shawn because he's been here a lot of the day while I was at work. And he's basically got it all put together. Right now he's going through checking all of the bolts, tightening everything up, and then he's going to put a little marker on it. Let me find one you've already done really quick. Like this right here. You'll see these in here that let him know that if anything needs to be retightened after we test it.